You're getting effectively 26 to every stat, at least. But are stats good enough anymore? Let's look at this unit because there is a lot to talk about, and this is a really interesting one. I mean, you guys know what this is, right, Robin? I mean, I think they continue to up their game in the art. I think this looks fantastic. God, these things are so hard to write now. Okay, Master's Tactics. I have to pull out the cheat sheet. So we got Slang, because of course we do. If HP is 25%, that's just going to be, if this unit drops below 25%, they are worthless. Like, they continue to function at all. To unit and allies within 2 spaces, everyone gets Grand Strategy, inflicts Omni -4. So this is very much the duochrome and Robin, right? Effect there. And inflicts -6 on the 2 highest stats that unit has. You have to subtract 15 when comparing attack. Now, on closest foes and foes within 3 spaces of those foes, it inflicts Omni -3. And then it also inflicts attack speed res -5 during combat on the opponent. And foe cannot make a follow-up attack. So we have Ignis. Ignis will hit very hard if you get it procced. That is a big if though. We have Part of the Plan. If HP is greater than 25%, inflicts attack speed res -8 in combat. Grants an Omni plus X during combat, and X equals the penalty on each stat times 2. And then you get a guaranteed follow-up. This is so much. What can I say? So, Canto Control. We have more Canto Control. That's amazing. And then Seal Attack 4, which is, I like these skills quite a bit. You are aiming for Special Spiral on this unit, and we can talk about roles because we went back and forth on the Discord about this. And this is very much in the Duo Asker and Duo Crom vein. And we're getting to the point where I almost have to make a separate tier list for just the supportive nukes. It's tough to place this unit though, so we're gonna get into that. There are a lot of different roles this unit can do. The problem is, if you'll notice, there aren't very many effects. Like, this unit really does just get stats. There are just so many of them. Let's play the highlight reel. Summoners, we'll pause it in a couple places here if I can get it right. Oh, actually right there's a good place to pause it. Plus 16 across the board, minus 21 attack, minus 13 speed, minus 13 res. So keep that in mind. So we'll have 29 extra of everything and then 3 more attack to that, 24 attack. Nuts, right? This unit just absolutely smacks things. Okay, speed. So, I mean, 27 plus 29. So, I don't know. That's a lot. I mean, a 56 speed, but it's not an incredible amount. Like, we're in a meta now where that doesn't really cut it. Yeah. But this unit's still going to be very bulky and is going to give folks a lot of different stats, which is fun. If you have never gotten the pleasure of using Duochrom's skill, it is very underrated in almost every game mode because debuffs are so common just across the board. Even when you think you're not debuffing the unit, you probably are. And I mean, yeah, we've discussed that a couple times. We'll start from the bottom. Red is 4th. Red would probably be 5th. I mean, red is tough. Red is a tough color to summon on. 3rd is definitely blue because, well, most of these units are a little bit out of date. We've talked about Faye. Faye is still very good if you revamp her. Actually, Byleth is still pretty good as well. Cyros is not, but you're in that like pretty good to okay range. I still think 2 is very relevant. I still think Thor is an excellent unit, although not as excellent, but still going strong. Xander is better than you think. So take that with what you will. But it's still not he's very good in arena. He really is. But he's not real good outside of that. And we talk about Robin, who is... we talked about him at tier 2. Like he's that same range as both of these other units. These are both good. It's why I have this second, which is crazy. This is a new legendary, and I can't remember the last time their color ranked second. Colorless has Ashura, who is not as bad as you think, but the problem is Null Panic is just handed out like candy now, and so that effect isn't as good. And her buffs that she gives out, buffs are just so cheap. We talked about Elamine. Elamine is amazing. Robin is amazing. Robin is a great unit on this. If you have Fey Pass, sparking for her is not the worst thing at all. This does, for you Robin fans going into the voting gauntlet, this does hurt you. Having her here means fewer people are likely to vote for her in the voting gauntlet, and my guess would now be that Femordis wins that, maybe handily. We'll see. The other thing I'm adding in here, and I'm going to expand on this later, but I wanted to like a sneak preview of this. We're going to start talking about odds and summoning and such. Right now, I just have this from the summoning. I guess the summoning distribution that we had. The problem is that's about 2 years old, and things have changed a bit. We're gonna get into that. The short of it is these numbers are probably low for this banner, but it is still very much that green is the easiest color to summon on, hands down. And you can really see it when you're summoning for +10s, and that's that number on the right there. You're looking at about 2,000 orbs to summon a single +10 on this banner. Legendaries do not have the value that they once did. This is huge. I am not recommending anyone +10 legendaries right now. We just got a notification that they are going to make the thresholds easier in tier 21. And I'm sorry, they didn't say thresholds. What they said was, we are going to make it easier to stay in tier 21. I am assuming that they're going to be adjusting the thresholds there and widening the gap for tier 21 players. We saw how absolutely bonkers the thresholds were. That change will be coming out this week, so you'll be seeing it. And again, there is not a very good reason to +10 a legendary right now. You should be aiming for duo heroes, flat out. A unit that you should be looking at +10ing on this banner, though, is Grima. Female Robin is an excellent +10 because she serves both as an excellent far, near savior, and also excellent fodder. Those are all excellent things, and we don't know how the rearmed schedule is going to work. It's going to be interesting, so we'll see on that. But yeah, I am going to be summoning for a Robin. I am on the get at least one legendary for each plan. But keep in mind, I have Fey Pass, and Fey Pass means that you're guaranteed one of these units, and that makes things much, much cheaper. If you don't have Fey Pass, honest to God, this is a skip. Unless one of these units is your favorite. If one of these units is your favorite, go there for and conquer. But yeah, honest to God, skip this banner. I know, I try to hype these things up mostly, and I can't this time. So I wanted to look at two different tier lists for you guys. And the first, I wanted to look at just ranged nukes in general, because this is a big topic of conversation as to where this unit fits. And you saw just tons and tons of stats. But the bigger thing is we're coming up on units like Duo Asker, who give extra cooldown. And now we have this unit that gives extra stats. And not just extra stats that this unit is giving, but also any debuffs this unit is going to magnify. I mean, essentially, this is unity that he is handing out to everyone. It's really fantastic, and that is good. The question is, do you want this unit, or do you want Duo Asker? And most units right now get the majority of their damages through specials. And so because of that, I would rather have an Asker here. I would rather have dual Crom because of the fact that that unit is a refresher. But there is a case for making this unit just absolutely bonkers in a Catria Ball. This unit would help buff up everyone, make them harder to kill, and you put special spiral on them. I want rearmed Ophelia on this A Hero Rises banner so much. I think that's going to be a must summon for me, a must vote. So that's where my votes are going to be going, and it's because of things like this where there are so many units that need special spiral, and this is one of them. Whew, that's a lot. Last thing we want to look at is the Earth Season tier list and where I have this unit. Oh, that's so tough. Okay, I'm going to put this unit in tier 1. I'm going to put him right above Claude. The main reason is, honestly, he just scores better. I mean, that's really what you're looking at. I would look no further than that. I wish I could tell you better than that, but there will probably be someone who finds out some very creative uses for this unit. Keep in mind, one of the things you want to look out for, I'm just throwing this out there. I feel like the close counter seal is just around the corner, and this unit gets interesting as an Omni tank if we get a close counter seal, just because of all the stats combined with all the debuffs, and you can put effects like null follow-up or exposure or a lot of those other things. You can pile those on to this unit. So that's where I'm thinking. The big problem as an Omni tank, you always think of Light Season, and the question is, can this unit tank Embla? Currently, no. But that's not to say there's still a case to be made that this unit could be used as an Omni tank as long as you avoid Embla. I've been using Gateau in Light Season, and it is not as hard as you think to avoid her. And so many folks want to use ranged nukes. Keep that in mind. All right, that's a lot. The quick version is I like this unit a lot. I think this unit's creative, but I'd rather save for A Hero Rises that is stacking up to be pretty decent. Summoners, I hope all is well. If you'd like to know more about what I'm talking about with this, the devaluation of legendaries in general, I'll leave a link to the arena guide I just put out. I think it's really informative, and I think it will help a lot of folks. But Summoners, take care and schedule an appointment with your FEHologist real soon.